What are 5 secrets to getting your marriage-based green card case approved? Hi, I'm Jim Hacking, immigration lawyer practicing law throughout the United States, out of our offices in St. Louis, San Diego, and Washington, D.C. In today's video, we're going to go over the 5 secrets that you need to think about when you're getting ready to apply for your marriage-based green card case. We want to put you in the best position possible, so we sat down and came up with our 5 best secrets to getting that case approved. Secret number 1, don't file too early. Now, I understand that you're eager to get started. You love your loved one. You want to be together. You want to get the immigration process started. In fact, you know how long USCIS is taking to approve marriage-based green card cases, so that makes you want to file that much more quickly. I'm here to tell you that's not the best approach. I want you to take your time. I want you to be deliberate. I want you to simply take a breath and get started. We're going to be very deliberate in putting our application together. We're going to make sure that our forms are tip-top, that there are no errors, no mistakes, nothing wrong with them. And we want to make sure that we get all of the evidence that we need. So if it takes us 2 weeks to get the package out the door, that's okay. We're not in a rush. The important thing is accuracy and completeness. That's what we need in order to get our case approved. So even though you want to get it moving, you want to take it slow. And that's true of the relationship as well. A lot of people think, well, I need to get this thing started, so they want to get married right away and they want to get started right away. And that can be a real mistake. Think about it like this. If you've known your spouse or your fiance for just a few months and you file right away versus if you know them for 2 years and you file, which do you think an immigration officer is going to find more compelling? Which do you think is going to make the case that this is, in fact, a legitimate marriage? You know, USCIS is always going to view it through the prism of what do normal people do? What do people do when they're not going through the marriage-based green card process? And they compare it to that. So you really need to think it through, and you probably need to slow down. Secret number 2, don't file too late. Now, you might be saying to yourself, Jim, what in the heck are you talking about? You just told us to not file too quickly, and now you're telling us not to file too late. And what I mean by that is on the checklist that USCIS fraud officers use to see whether or not a marriage might be worthy of an investigation, the number one thing on that list is whether the beneficiary was out of status. So what I want to tell you with secret number 2 is that you probably want to do everything you can to file when the beneficiary, the foreign national, the non-U.S. citizen or non-green card holding spouse is out of status. That's going to be a real problem. You want to make sure that you file before they get out of status because you're almost inviting a fraud investigation if your spouse is out of status when you file. So you need to move deliberately, but sometimes you also need to move quickly. Secret number 3, don't file a thin case. Now, Jim, what do you mean by a thin case? What I'm talking about, a thin case, is when you file just the forms and a few pieces of evidence. Here's the thing, my friends. You want to overwhelm them with evidence. You want there to be some heft to your file. When they pick up your file off that drawer and they drop it on the desk, they want to make sure, or we want to make sure, that there's a big, loud thud that they can see, oh, these people mean business. Oh, these people are organized. Oh, this is a real marriage. There's tons and tons of evidence. I can't tell you how many people that I talk to on our Immigration Answers live show where they're talking about filing the forms, maybe a couple utility bills, some photos, and maybe a letter from Cousin Eddie. A letter from Cousin Eddie isn't going to cut it. You need a whole lot more than that. Now, if you need help in brainstorming ideas on marriage-based evidence, you can go to our website at hackinglawpractice.com/marital evidence. There's a free download, and it'll give you a list of hundreds of ideas on how to get your marriage-based case evidence gathered and collected. So it's a great resource for you. You really want to make sure that you go over that list, that you really sit and spend some time thinking, what are all the ways that I can demonstrate that my relationship with my beloved is real? And so if you're going to the store together, keep those receipts. If you're downloading movies on Netflix and you have a joint account, do that. If you have any kind of deliveries from Amazon, keep that stuff. I really once had a case where an officer was on the fence and my client reached into her purse and pulled out one last piece of evidence, and that tipped the scale. So you should think about that. You should think about tipping that scale. And remember, it's your burden to prove that you're eligible for this benefit. It's not immigration's obligation to prove anything. I have clients or potential clients tell me, well, USCIS didn't prove that my case wasn't real. Well, that's not the standard. It's your job to prove that the case is real. It's your job to satisfy the burden of evidence. It's your job to overwhelm them with evidence. So don't try to cut it too close. Don't play it cute. Make sure that you submit every single thing that you can. And if you're trying to decide whether or not to include something, go ahead and include it. Secret number 4, don't be too casual. I can't tell you how many people I talked to who said, well, we just figured we would submit some evidence, file the forms, and see what happens. And then if it didn't work out, we would just, appeal or file again, or maybe then we would go ahead and hire a lawyer. This is backwards thinking, my friends. You want to file the strongest case possible, and you don't want to be too casual. You don't want to be saying to yourself, we'll just see what happens. That's not how this works. With the long delays that we're seeing at USCIS now, where cases are taking months and months or even years to get approved or denied, if you set yourself up for failure by filing a thin case and taking it too casually, when you start all over, you are adding more and more time to the time where your spouse doesn't have their green card. And in fact, when you have to file that second case, your case is already being looked upon negatively. They're already thinking, boy, this person was already denied once before. They might not even do that much thinking as to why you were denied before, but now you're coming at it at a second time. And I submit that it's going to be even harder for you to get it approved when you are applying a second time. The 5th secret to getting your marriage-based green card case approved is don't talk too much. When you're in the interview, don't talk too much. Keep your mouth quiet. There's going to be a lot of times where no one is saying anything, and you may feel inclined. You may want to talk. You might want to fill that void. You might not be able to stand the sound of silence, but I'm here to tell you, silence is your friend. Do not talk. Do not add stuff. Do not bring things up. The officer is a professional. The officer knows what they're doing. The officer knows what questions they want to ask before approving your case. So don't try to predict where they're going. Don't try to anticipate what they're going to ask you. Just listen to the question, pause, and then answer the question. And when you answer the question, you want to answer it as concisely as possible. If you can answer with a yes or a no or a number, that's going to be your best bet. And you know what? It's okay if you don't know the answer. Now, you don't want to be going into the interview saying, I don't know this and I don't know that. That's no good. But don't guess in your interview. Don't guess and try to make the officer happy. Just answer truthfully. Keep your answers short and sweet, and you're going to be in a much better position to get your green card case approved. We promised you a bonus, and here's the bonus. You have to have the right mindset going into immigration. I want you walking in there like you own the place. You are a taxpayer. You filed these applications and you paid all filing fees. They owe you this interview, and you need to go in there and make sure that you're going to get your case approved. You need to be confident. You need to be strong. You need to be direct. You need to be professional. So, dress up a little bit, act like you're the boss, be respectful, let the officer run the show, but we're not backing down. We're not nervous. We're not scared. We're not going like this all the time, wondering what the next question is, acting all scared, panting hard. None of that stuff. We're going in there strong. This is the day we get our green card. That's our mindset. This is the day we get our green card. We've been waiting months and months and months, and now we're going to go in there and finish this job. We're going to get it done. It's up to us, and we're going to answer every single question and get this damn case approved today. We hope you found this video helpful. If you need any assistance in moving through the green card process, give us a call at 314-961-8200. You can email us info@hackinglawpractice.com. Don't forget that we have our Immigration Answers live show Mondays through Thursday. Check your schedule for that. You can look in the Facebook group to find out when. If you have any ideas or questions for us that you need to send us, info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. We'd be happy to answer it, and we'll see you on the next video.